For me, before I got to Qigong, I had spent 50 years of 55 searching and hoping to find an answer to the absolute severe terror and anxiety and fear that I developed through very early on sexual abuse at the hands of the clergy, and then physical abuse at the hands of my father. And so my emotional state was just a twisted ball of fear and terror. And physically that manifested in ways that to me were exterior to me. Alcoholism, the drug abuse that I had been through early on. And then when I got here, I had what they called an enlarged prostate, and they were concerned about it. So it was both an emotional bag and a physical bag, both. I was pretty much a mess. Well, when you become aware of the teaching of Qi and the use and the intention of Qi, when I got to the retreat, I mean, I literally had basically no clue. I had been to a few weekend Qigong sessions, and then when I got to the deeper sessions where we were actually, in the Qi field, strong Qi field, and started working with Qi and using it as an intention. For me, it was obviously the enlarged prostate, and I didn't know the emotional stuff was going to go away. But that was the biggest benefit, was the fact that while I was busy working on the physical part of me, I noticed that the emotional baggage was falling away. And that was more freeing, I think, than even getting a clean bill of health, because I had lived with such god-awful terror for so long that the fact that I could be in this life and actually engage people and actually open up and at some point meet them halfway instead of backing up, I mean, that was huge for me. And the great part of it was, after the retreat I went and the doctor went, "What have you been doing?" I said, "Why?" He said, "Your prostate's the size of a 15-year-old boy's." Now that's a quantum thing, but in reality, if you really look at what they teach in Qigong, and they teach about the beliefs of the ancient Taoists, it can happen in a second, and you won't know how. You can go from point A to point B, and you don't know how you got there. And that's my simple-minded way of describing quantum physics. So to me, I went from here to there and was darn glad I got there. And I didn't question why it worked. I just believed I was someone that was so ready. The student was so ready, the teacher appeared in the form of Ming Tong. And Ming Tong's name in Chinese, roughly translated, Ming is the bright, Tong is the way through. So for me, he truly is my Sifu, my master. I'd spent years in psychotherapy. What it kept doing was having me revisit it in hopes that it would change. Well, that's like standing in a mud puddle, rubbing yourself with mud, going, geez, I wonder if this will be different this time, as opposed to actually focusing in on it and releasing it, letting it go. Spinal bone marrow is something where you can release the old stories, where you can let it go. You can drop that bag. And that has been proven to be, I mean, what's Ming Tong call it, neuroplasticity. That's the idea that at any moment a mind can make a choice. I never saw it like that. I thought there was going to be some key from somebody out here, from something, from some meditation retreat I'd go to. I'd run all over seeking all of this, and it was right here all the time.